Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Nick, and today we're taking a look at some finds here. These are some of my old figures and collectibles that I found in my parents' attic while I was visiting them this Saturday. Every so often I find stuff in their basement or attic and bring it back to review, but today I have two full boxes of Alien, Predator, Godzilla, just miscellaneous creatures. So we might come across a few things we may have seen before in some of my older videos from a few years ago. So this first item here is an X Plus Gauss figure from Gamera Guardian of the Universe. So this is the 1995 version of Gauss. I have the Revoltech Gauss. I have the large vinyl version, the small vinyl version, but this is the X Plus one. I think this is the best iteration of Gauss, and this is the best representation of that specific Gauss. So they did do a really large, like 14-inch one. This is like the 8 or 9-inch one. So it would be in scale with like your NECA figures, relatively speaking. So really cool. So you had to glue the wings in, and whatever kind of glue I used probably wasn't the best kind because it's kind of whitening. So again, it was pretty much a model kit. It wasn't like some of the ones where you heat up and pop it together like the other X Plus ones. This one you had to glue together for whatever reason. But I really like the Gauss. Gauss is probably one of my favorite kaiju. So here is another Gauss figure. This is the tiny Bandai vinyl. And there was a larger one that I reviewed on this channel a little while ago. I have that in my apartment with me. I'll have to dig it out and set up like a display with all of these. But this is the small one, so it has a cool tag on it from 1995. This is obviously from Japan, and there's Gauss from the film. So next here, I was really excited to find this because I've been looking for it for a while. This is one of the Godzilla 1998 eggs. So they did their whole line of the baby Godzilla figures. So I have some of them over there. And those were the single carded ones, but they also had ones that could hatch from eggs. This is one of them. It's really nicely sculpted. Lots of great gruesome details. Really fantastic. I loved it as a kid, and even now it's a really fantastic display piece. So you press the button on the back, and that should launch the baby Godzilla forward. I don't think I have him propped up right in there because there's kind of like a spring or something that should push him through the front of the egg. So he mustn't just not be placed right. So I'm going to go ahead and bust it open. So here is the baby Godzilla inside. And again, they sold many different versions of this egg. There was like a purplish looking one, a bluish looking one. This is the reddish looking variant. So they were all the exact same figure. They just had different colors to them. But these are really cool. So they're smaller than the single carded ones. The single carded ones are a little bit closer to being more movie accurate. But these ones are really cool because you get the egg. So really excited to have that. So in here, we have some Kenner figures. Here we have the Gorilla Alien. And these are the originals. Mantis Alien. We have Panther Alien. We did reviews of these a really long time ago on the channel. And most of my Kenner figures I do have displayed over there alongside the updated NECA versions. But now I have these ones too. So I think the only ones that I don't have is Rhino, Flying Queen, and Queen Facehugger. What else? There's maybe like a few others that I'm missing, but I'm pretty close to having this completed. So in here we have a few NECA figures that for whatever reason didn't come with me in the move. I reviewed these not too long ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. We have Albino Alien, Alien Covenant Xenomorph, and the Clan Leader Predator, and their accessories are in here. So let's take a look at this other box. Now, I believe you haven't seen any of this stuff in this box. at least not on this channel. So, Alien and Predator fans are really going to like this box. So we got a lot of classics in here. First of all, this is one of my first Predator figures. This is one of the first McFarlane Toys Predator figures. This is Predator 2, the City Hunter. So here he is in fantastic shape. Nothing's broken on him. I'm not sure if I still have the accessories, but I'm amazed that he still has his plasma caster, his blades, the little clip that holds his disc, the little panel that opens up for his self-destruct sequence. Perfect condition. So you could see it's not quite as movie accurate as the NECA one. We'll do a comparison in just a minute, actually, because I found NECA's first City Hunter up in my parents' attic as well. So we'll take a look at that in a minute as well. So here is the other Predator 2 City Hunter figure that McFarlane Toys did at the time. So in the same series, I think it was Movie Maniac 6, Series 6, they had the Deluxe Queen figure, Dog Alien, Alien Resurrection Warrior, and then two versions of the City Hunter. So you had the unmasked one with open mandibles, and you had the masked one. It was a removable mask, and he had closed mandibles. So this is another one that's in great condition. He is shot up, like in the film, and the forearm is removable to mimic his wound. His shoulder pad here has popped off. It is articulated and removable. I believe I saw it in like some random tote when I was there and just didn't grab it. So I'll have to grab that and make him complete or near complete. As for the accessories, they did come with the little smart disc. He came with the smart disc. He came with it as well, and he also came with the collapsing comb spear. But that's all busted up, and I'm not quite sure where the discs are. They're probably around somewhere, but I might just use extra pieces from the NECA ones to complete these guys. Predator 2, I'm very nostalgic for, because, again, these were some of my first Predator figures. I remember renting that movie from Blockbuster, really thinking it's a lot of fun. I still like it actually better than the first Predator movie. It's my favorite Predator film. So I kind of want to have a little Predator 2 display going on where I have all the different versions of the City Hunter out. So, again, some people might see these as kind of obsolete now that we have the NECA versions, but there's a lot of things about them that I like. So I think they're definitely worth picking up. They're probably a little cheaper on eBay now that NECA has their versions out there. So here we have sort of the holy grail of the find here. This is one of NECA's very first Alien and Predator figures. This is the Pred Alien. So this is the closed mandible, closed mouth version. My brother actually has the open mandible one, the more common version, but this is the variant where the mandibles are shut. And here he is in perfect condition. Nothing broken or busted. Incredible sculpt. NECA keeps saying they're going to return to this one to give us an updated version. I don't see how they can improve on the sculpt or the paint or anything like that, but they could definitely put more articulation in it. This one just has a few cut joints here and there. He's more of a statue, but absolutely incredible. Really nice. So awesome. Very happy to have found this. It's definitely going to get a review and a spot on the shelf. So here we have NECA's very first Xenomorph. It came out in the same series as that Pred Alien. So these figures are from 2007, late 2007. So they are, like 12 years old now? It's amazing how many figures we've gotten since then. Really incredible. Alien vs. Predator Requiem is a terrible movie, but we got some really awesome figures and designs out of it, in my opinion. I really like the Wolf Predator, the Xeno in this, and the Pred Alien. And this is an extremely articulated figure, especially for the time. Really nice. So this is another one that's in great condition. Thankfully, everything was kept in totes, so they didn't get all like dusty and gross. Now, both of those figures came with stands, here's one of the stands fully assembled, and they both came with the same stand. So I like this because sometimes NECA does give us standers that are like little translucent pieces of plastic or whatever, but I like a sculpted stand that is kind of like a little diorama. So here you could pivot them differently, so you could have a wide stance, a narrow stance, and you would attach this to the bottom of one of these figures. The Pred Alien definitely needs it. The Alien, since he is more posable, does not need it. So they were disassembled in the packaging when you first got them, I remember that, and then they assemble like this. So I have one of them complete here, and then let's see, then the other one is missing a piece that I left behind by mistake, so I'll have to grab that later and then complete it. So for now, I'll just give the complete one to the Pred Alien since he needs it. So we have a few more things in here. There's some oddball stuff in here. If you're a kid from the 90s, you'll probably recognize some of this. So this is Edgar from Men in Black, Vincent D'Onofrio's character. I do have a lot of other Men in Black stuff, but this is really one of the only ones that's been kept in good shape. So really cool. Here is his stander. Looks some kind of grotesque alien environment. And then his action feature was that the cockroach version of Edgar would spring forward out of his back. Let's see. Really cool. Looks like a chest burster or a back burster, but really cool. So that is by Galoob. So here we have a random accessory here. This is the cryogenic storage compartment for the embryos that goes to the Jurassic Park Visitor Center. Here we have some original Jurassic Park Kenner trading cards. So we have the this is the one that went with Muldoon. Really cool. I mean, you can't find anyone that sells these anymore, so it's always exciting to find these. I found a few other original cards a couple months ago when I went up to my parents' attic, and I was surprised to find these ones as well, and they were in the exact same spot, so I don't know how I missed them the first time. Tim Murphy's card, incredible artwork. These are primarily based on the book. Alan Grant. We have a Stegosaurus, and this is like a card that came on a Cheese Nips package for Jurassic Park 3, and then you cut it out. I had the Spinosaurus and I had the Tyrannosaurus. I can only find the T-Rex one. I'm sure the Spinosaurus one is still there, but really cool image of, I think that's the Rex maquette, which looks a lot like the statue that W. Dragon did. So really cool. Happy to find those. So the next thing here is, this is from like 2004, 2005. Let me see if there's a copy right on it. Now these are Japanese. This is Konami, and they did two different series. The first volume of them focused on Alien and Alien 3, so the odd-numbered movies in the original quadrilogy. And this is the second series, so this is based on the even numbers, Aliens and Alien Resurrection. So that's right, this came out the same time as the 2004, the Alien quadrilogy. So here are the ones in this series, all based on Aliens and Alien Resurrection. So I have these two somewhere, the Power Loader and the Queen. The really sought after ones were the Dropship and the APC, but not really so much now that we have the Cinemachines. And then the most sought after was the rare item Sulaco, which, since it doesn't seem like we're getting the Cinemachines one, at least not anytime soon, from NECA, even more people are after that Sulaco, and I might have to pick it up eventually. And I do not have the 86 Warrior, but for whatever reason I ended up with two of these Alien Resurrection Warriors. So this is the one that I left boxed, or partially boxed. I think I just kind of left it in there once I realized it was the same one. And I also have the newborn. So each one of these figures would come disassembled, and then you would snap them together and you get a cool little model. So we'll have to, I'm already losing little pieces. These are his little tendrils. And here's his tail. So I'm going to push this off to the side. I'll have to do a video of these later. And each one came with a stander. The standers looked different for Series 1. It was more like a grayish, rusty grating. And this one is a different style that looks more like the grating that you see in the Origa from Resurrection. And on the inside, you have the title and logo for whichever film it corresponds with. So this one says Alien Resurrection. I do have the little baby dog alien one over here. We'll walk over to it. So this is from Series 1. So it had a different stander, and that's an Alien 3 on it. So, but yeah, that wave had a bunch of figures from the first and third film. So here is another one that's loose. So here's a stander, and here comes the figure. Okay, so this is the newborn Alien. Speaking of which, I know NECA Toys has their own version of this guy out there. Yeah, I think he's a deluxe figure. And I'll be getting him from Fresh Figures very soon, as well as the Alien Resurrection version of the Alien Queen from Resurrection. So expect videos on those very soon. So this arm is kind of warped just because of the way he was stored. So I could pop him apart since it is basically just a snap kit figure, and kind of try and bend that back into shape. Really cool. I like those. You can see they're basically just like Star Wars sized figures. So what else we have in here? This is an early NECA Predator figure. This is probably from like 2012. I forget the name of this Predator, but it's one of the Lost Hunters. So I have almost all of them except for like 2. I think I'm missing Scout. I don't have Scout Predator, and maybe the unmasked Lost Hunter, the green one. But so this is like the bluish looking one. I don't remember his name. In here, this is one of their very first Predators from the standalone Predator line. This is the Falconer Predator from the 2010 film. Really cool. And he did have a little blade that goes in there, and I found a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure which one goes with which Predator, so I just kind of grabbed them. Here's one of them, and then I have a shorter one as well. So I'm guessing he came with the longer one. So here's the other one from that same wave, the Berserker Predator. I love his mask with the jawbone and the black and red dreadlocks. I love the red on him. He's an incredible design. He's probably one of my favorite Predators, at least in my top 5. And then, so I have more of the little blades that probably go with them. And then here, this is NECA's first City Hunter, if you don't count the masked one in that 2-pack, although that one came out at the same time. So quick comparison here with the McFarlane one. This one is obviously proportioned more accurately. You don't really see any of the joints. He looks like the suit from the film. This one has that early 2000s disproportionate action figure body for anything that has articulation in it. The anatomy is just a little bit off. And also, this face and coloring is more accurate than this one. But this one here I think has a better paint job overall. They took a lot of liberties here, but the paint looks better on this one than this one, in my opinion. I think the Ultimate one definitely has better paint, but I went ahead and I grabbed this out of storage because I do have the Ultimate, and he's over in my Predator shelf way down there. But this is a cool way to display the unmasked head and the masked head, so I'll use the body on this one so I can display both heads that the Ultimate came with. And then I'll keep both of these guys out in the display as well, because like I said, I love Predator 2 and the City Hunter. I'll give his comb stick to one of these guys. So this is, in here we have some random Predator accessories, discs, spears, extra hands, blades. And then this is something bizarre here. So this is kind of like the Konami thing. This is Bandai, though. This is Bandai, made in China, 1998. And so this is a little Godzilla 1998 diorama that came with a lot of little buildings, like a Statue of Liberty, an Empire State Building, etc. I don't know where they are. But here is the Godzilla that it came with. So it's Godzilla 1998. And I really like the translucent blue spikes on him. And this kind of metallic bluish color that they used on the body. The brighter blue for the underside. I don't like the pose since he has his arms outstretched. He's a very small figure, as you can see. He's only about 2 inches. And you would assemble him by popping the tail in. And he also came with this little baby Godzilla, which is actually a really nice little sculpt. So really cool. And the baby Godzilla is a little bit smaller than him, but not too much so. So this was just a random little thing. I mean, again, this is something I've never really seen sold anywhere. I got it online years and years ago. But yeah, it's kind of obscure. So really cool. So yeah, definitely a lot of items that, you know, I'm sure some of you would like to see an in-depth review or comparison of. So let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see more of. I know a lot of people are asking for a full collection tour. I am rearranging some things. There's a few bare patches, as you can see there and there, but I'm restructuring things a little bit, and then I'll do a full review. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys around. Bye.